Let us pray. Creator God, on this great day of celebration and achievement, we come with joy and thanksgiving for the privilege of study and research, for the opportunity to push forwards the frontiers of science and learning, and for the work of education in this and every land. We give thanks especially for family and friends whose encouragement and support has brought us to this day. Bless all our graduates as they journey forth from here. May they find strength as they use their newfound wisdom and skill to relieve suffering and conquer disease. May they use their gentleness and compassion to promote good health, to nurse the sick, care for the dying, and bring forth new life into the world. May you all go forth with a spirit of courage and adventure to meet whatever challenges lie ahead. Amen.
Please be seated. Good morning to you all, and welcome to this graduation ceremony on this nice warm morning. At least it's a bit warmer here than outside. Before we start, it's my pleasure to invite the Principal and Vice Chancellor to address the Assembly. Principal.
Chancellor, Lord Provost, graduands, ladies and gentlemen, we're here today to celebrate the academic achievements of our newest graduates, and the focus should be firmly on each and every one of them as they're presented to the Chancellor to be capped in the traditional University of Dundee manner and have their degrees, diplomas and certificates conferred upon them. But I also want to take a moment to pay tribute to the members of academic staff, some of whom are here today on the stage and in the galleries, for their tireless commitment to the highest standards of teaching, scholarship and research that underpin our academic programs. I also want to acknowledge the support and encouragement provided by the friends and families of our new graduates. And I'm delighted to welcome you all to the University and, on behalf of the Lord Provost, to the City of Dundee today. Graduation is a time for celebration, but also a time for reflection, as it marks a transformation from student to graduate, of course, but in other ways too. Many of you will be leaving Dundee as you start or resume careers and begin a new chapter in your lives with new challenges and opportunities. But even if today marks the end of your time as a student here, it also marks the start of your new status as a graduate of the university. And as graduates, you will have lifelong membership of the University of Dundee. And I hope you will always consider that this is your university. Take pride in that membership and with your connection to the city in the years ahead. I hope that as you apply your talents and skills in the pursuit of your ambitions, you'll continue to take an interest in your university as we progress in the pursuit of our own ambitions to build a better, stronger, more influential university with the aim of becoming Scotland's leading university within 25 years, recognised for the quality of our graduates and the global impact of our research. These goals are challenging and long-term and will require a sustained commitment to excellence. However, there are a number of areas where we are justified in thinking that we are already leading the way. We graduate the highest number of professionals in Scotland. We're regularly rated as having the best student experience and the best students association. We are leading in Scotland in 11 out of 30 subjects in the National Student Survey, and we've achieved record levels of external research funding in each of the last 2 years. And this morning, we have something special to celebrate with the announcement last night in London that our Centre for Anatomy and Human Identification has been recognised with a Queen's Anniversary Award for Higher Education. Led by Professor Sue Black and Caroline Wilkinson, the Centre's achievements include groundbreaking work leading to the conviction of child abusers, identifying the victims of mass disasters, and recreation of the face of Richard III, to name but a few. And these awards are presented in recognition of world-class excellence and are among the most highly regarded awards for universities and colleges. But our present success is also founded on our rich history. And if we look back at the history of the university, we can see many examples of where Dundee innovation and inspiration has been at the forefront of a range of disciplines, from town planning to keyhole surgery, from drug discovery to concrete technology. The very idea of a university in Dundee was built on the aspirations of some remarkable individuals in the 19th century. Our initial benefactors, John Boyd and Mary Ann Baxter, and the earliest academics at University College, Geddes, Darcy Thompson, Carnelli, Ewing, still familiar names on the 21st century campus. There are many great names that have been associated with the university since its founding as University College in 1881. And I'd like to take this opportunity in 2013 to mention two examples that vividly illustrate the richness of our history and our commitment to transforming lives. In our summer graduations, I talked about the inspirational story of one of our earliest graduates, Mary Lily Walker, who died 100 years ago this year. Mary Lily was not only one of the first women in Scotland to be taught in the same classroom as men, winning prizes in botany, biology, and embryology, but she was a pioneer for social reform in Dundee and beyond. She led innovations in Dundee that vastly improved the support for mothers and children in the most deprived areas. And she argued for practical reform in the face of the deplorable living conditions and high child mortality rates in the poverty of industrial Dundee. Her efforts had an immediate impact in improving the lives of the poorest families, but also had a lasting legacy in the influence it had on wider social reforms. Mary Lily died in July 1913, 4 days before her 50th birthday. But in her short life, she transformed the social conditions of women in our city and beyond. And the second example I want to mention today recognizes the global impact of the work of Nobel laureate Professor Ronald Coase, who died in September of this year, aged a remarkable 102 years. Ronald Coase was a founding professor at the Dundee School of Economics, later to become an integral part of the university. He was born in London in 1910, within the lifetime of Mary Lily Walker, and came to Dundee in the early 1930s to begin his academic career, a career that saw him move from Dundee to the London School of Economics and then to the United States, where he was professor in the University of Chicago Law School from 1964, and where he remained for the rest of his life. He was awarded the Nobel Prize for Economic Science in 1991, partly in recognition for his groundbreaking work on the nature of the firm, work that was produced during his time as a teacher and researcher at the Dundee School. His contribution to economic theory was profound and is still the subject of study across the world, including in our own School of Business, who this week held a seminar to mark his passing, his links to Dundee, and to celebrate and pay tribute to his lasting achievements. Now, I believe that if we take the examples of Mary Lily Walker and Ronald Coase to heart, then the vision we have for the university will stand in sharp focus. A university that is deeply rooted in the city and the region, but whose reach is global, both in terms of the staff and students that work and study here in Dundee, and in the influence and impact of scholarship that has been produced in this city to the benefit of the entire world, transforming lives locally and globally. And if each and every member of the university tries to emulate the ambition, innovation, and imagination of Mary Lily Walker and Ronald Coase, and we apply these principles to the way we teach, to our research tackling complex global problems, and to harness our efforts to transforming lives, we will become Scotland's leading university. Who knows, in even less than 25 years. And in doing so, the university will be known around the world for producing leaders and achievers in all walks of life, including many of you who are graduating today. There has always been a broad range of expertise and excellence across the university, and we're determined to build on that excellence, to continue to attract the best staff and the best students, to have the best graduates, to transform lives through the generation and application of knowledge, and to create a truly world-class university that you, our graduates, will be inspired by and will continue to be proud of. Just as we, and in particular I, will undoubtedly take pride in the achievements of each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Principal, for that not only inspirational address, but announcing the Queen's Award to the university. Fantastic news. Now, before we start this morning's formal process of graduates graduating, there's an important ceremony that we have to go through. And I will ask Professor John Connell, Vice Principal of the College of Medicine, Dentistry, Nursing and Midwifery, to administer that.
Chancellor, before the nursing and midwifery graduands are presented, I will ask them to assent to a declaration that they will maintain traditional standards of professional conduct. This is an important part of the graduation ceremony for nursing and midwifery graduands, and I know that you all understand the vital importance of professionalism and behaviour throughout your lives and careers. I will read out the declaration, and I will then ask you to stand and assent. And I'm keen that you do so in a positive manner because, as I've said, this is a vital part of the graduation ceremony. The declaration. I solemnly promise to use to the best of my knowledge and ability the art and science of my profession for the good of those under my care and to make the preservation and restoration of their health my constant aim. I shall keep secret anything I see or hear in my practice that should not be divulged. I shall constantly endeavour to improve my knowledge and skills within my profession and to share useful discoveries with my fellow practitioners whom I promise to hold in fraternal regard. These things I shall do for the benefit of those whom I seek to serve and for the honour of the profession that I now join. Would the graduands please stand? Do you make this promise?
Thank you, Professor Connell. Please sit down. I always thought when I took that oath, many years ago now, that it wasn't just for today when I take the oath, but it was for the rest of my working life. And I hope that you remember that too. But thank you for taking the oath. Can I now please invite Mrs. Heather Marr to present the nursing graduates.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Midwifery, Holly Cumming. Vicky Falls. Carla Ianetti. Kirsty Loftus. Chelsea Luff. Gemma MacDonald. Rachel Martin. Emma MacDonald. Sharon McNeil. Samantha Nielsen. Rebecca Rice. Kim Wood. And for the Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Lorraine Thorogood. And for the Bachelor of Nursing, Kelly Adair. Kaylee Adiz. Jennifer Aitken. Brianna Alexander. Donna Allen. Laura Allen. Samantha Allen. Reza Anis. Adam Atherton. Carol Balfour. Rebecca Balsillie. Natasha Bates. Charlie Baxter. Chloe Bentley. Kirsty Birkenfield. Sharon Bishop. Fiona Blackhall. Lorraine Bloomfield. Gillian Bolton. Heather Booth. Claire Boyack. Nicola Boyd. Michael Brandy. Laura Bridger. Kirsty Bruce. Linda Bryson. Katie Burnett. Megan Burrows. Shelley Burton. Nicola Cameron. Samantha Cameron. Rachel Carlisle. Dale Carver. Vicky Cathcart. Elaine Chalmers. Vivian Chalmers. Rachel Chandler. Dawn Chaplin. Shauna Chaplin. Joanna Charles. Mark Christie. Peter Clark. Lisa Clegg. Ashley Coles. Nicola Collison. Kevin Comrie. Amy Connor. Robin Connolly Griffiths. Jill Corrigan. Claire Courtney. Lauren Cootie. Leslie Cox. Laura Cram. Anne Cunningham. Eleanor Daly. Graham Devine. Michael Devine. Lisa Dewar. Christina Diamond. Sally Dick. Gemma Donald. Sophie Donald. Kiara Donegan. Kiara Donnelly. Colleen Dugarry. Laura Drake. Caitlin Duffy. Neil Dunbar. Kerry Elcock. Alison Ellis. Hayley Fairgrieve. Lindsay Faulkner. Amanda Farker. Cody Feechan. Christopher Fenton. Emma Ferguson. Lauren Ferrier. Kirsten Ferries. Wendy Finlay. Claire Forsyth. Amy Fotheringham. Jennifer Fox. Evelyn Fraser. Jean Furness. Stephanie Geddes. Jessica Gibbon. Julie Gibson. Ria Gibson. Karen Gowans. Gail Gray. Lauren Gray. Alicia Guild. Sonia Hadada. Margaret Halliwell. Rachel Hamilton. Rachel Harkus. Sarah Harrop. Samantha Harrison. Christina Hepburn. Crystal Haird. Kelly Holmes. Louise Horder. Lindsay Howie. Jennifer Hunt. Amy Hutchinson. Nicola Hutchison. Ashley Ingalls. Samantha Ingram. Patricia Irvin. Carly Jeffrey. Fiona Jenkins. Gemma Keelings. Louise Kerr. Natalie Kerr. Suzanne Kippen. Laura Knight. Samantha Lee. Kimberly Lloyd. Karen Lumsden. Sarah Lumsden. Claire MacDonald. Lauren MacDonald. Siobhan MacLeod. Gemma Mech. Leanne Mallon. Lauren Marnie. Sharon Martin. Rebecca McBride. Abby McCall. Laura McCashie. Judith McCulloch. Paul MacDonald. Karen McGarva. Diane McGeachy. Kelly McGregor. Sophie McGregor. Megan McGurn. Susan McHattie. Emma Mackay. Kirsten McEwen. Lisa McNeil. Darina McNichol. Laura McTaggart. Shawnee McVeigh. Erin Meldrum. Declan Miller. Leonie Miller. Lynn Miller. Catherine Milligan. Kelly Milne. Nicola Milne. Fiona Morris. Stephen Moog. Aileen Mowbray. Sharon Munns. Sarah Murphy. Claire Murray. Erin Murray. Heather Nairn. Leanne Neve. Danielle Neal. Helen Nelson. Kiara Nolan. Lindsay Norrie. Charlotte O'Brien. Stephanie O'Grady. Jennifer O'Sullivan. Pauline Ogilvie. Craig Orr. Joanne Park. Elise Parsley. Leslie Partridge. Rachel Pearson. Rachel Peden. Rachel Penman. Claire Petrie. Kirsty Petrie. Olivia Phillips. Heather Pitt-Caithley. Nathan Pugber. Samantha Quinn. Colleen Quinn. Catherine Reid. Nicola Reid. Rebecca Reid. Nicole Reynolds. Lynn Robertson. Gwen Scott. Roisin Scullion. Arlene Seath. Ashley Sharma. Catherine Shaw MacDonald. Kathleen Shields. Naomi Small. Hayley Smith. Laura Smith. Lynn Smith. Samantha Smith. Shauna Smith. Mary Steele. Lorna Sutherland. Lauren Sweeney. Karen Sweeney Price. Michael Sword. Laura Talbot. Megan Talbot. Tanya Tianen. Kerry Townsend. Emma Turner. Hayley Wakefield. Kevin Walker. Louise Watson. Yvonne Welsh. Jacqueline Whiteley. Holly Whittet. Leanne Wilson. Zoe Wilson. Francesca Woods. Stephen Wright. And for the Diploma of Higher Education, Ashton Burse. Jennifer Britton. Lisa Curran. Abby Douglas. Robert Graves. Grace Kelly. Stephanie McKinnon. Kirsty Miller. Maxine Sievewright. Molly Shields. Carol Snedden. Louise Torrey. Leanne Townsley. Claire Traynor. Christina Vlaskanu. Amelia Wears. Sheila Wilkie. Nikki Young. And for the postgraduate diploma in advanced practice, Catherine Flood. Claire Posey. For the Master of Nursing, Elizabeth Oiwer. For the Master of Science with distinction, Dorothy Cameron. Catherine Kinch. And for the Master of Science, Carol Andrews. Amy Dunn. Marion Gaffney. Nicola Holland. Judith Marston. Muniratu Osmanu. Heather Rebecca. Helen Rogers. Eileen Sharp. James Smith. Charlene Taylor. And for the Doctor of Philosophy, Gregorius Kotranoulis.
Mrs. Marr, would you wait for me, please? If any of you now intended to fall sick, you could be rest assured that you'll be well looked after by 300 competent nurse graduates. The reason why they are competent is because they've been well trained by fantastic teachers. And the best among them is you, Heather. This is her last graduation ceremony because after 44 years in nursing, most of it is in education and training, and particularly improving the quality of nursing care and safety of nursing, for which it was my pleasure to award you the Chancellor's Award for teaching, lifetime teaching, in 2011. We will miss you, your students will miss you, but they'll know that they were well trained. Thank you very much from the university, and many welcome. Just a bow, lady. Thank you, Heather. I'll miss you too. It's now my pleasure to ask Professor Andrew Morris to introduce graduates in disciplines of medicine.
Thank you. Chancellor, in the School of Dentistry, I have the honor to present for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Medical Science, Glenn Yule. For the degree of Master of Dental Science, Andrew Dunbar. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Ahmed El Angbawi. Chancellor, in the School of Medicine, I have the honor to present for the postgraduate certificate in cognitive behavioral psychotherapy, Donna Malloy. For the postgraduate certificate in medical education, Celestina Nyagwandi. For the Master of Medical Education, Deirdre McGrath. Anthea Mowat. Martin Perry. Andrew Wallet. For the Master of Minimal Access Surgery with distinction, Mudassar Ali Ghazanfa. For the Master of Orthopedic Surgery, Sudansa Nandra. For the Master of Public Health, Omoyosola Atanda. Kelechi Okebulu Jumbo. Lawal Akubaka. Emanuela Okeki. For the Master of Research with distinction, Ana Estevan Barber. With distinction, Aparajitha Vaidyanathan. With merit, Rhiannon Williams. Christopher Kelly. Pranav Vyas. For the Master of Science, Bina Rashkas. For the Doctor of Medicine, Brian Kidd. Aaron Wong. For the Doctor of Philosophy, Christabel Go.
Thank you, Professor Morris, Principal.
Chancellor, I have the honour to invite you to confer their degrees in absence upon the candidates who've been unable to attend this ceremony.
By the authority of the Senate, I confer these degrees.
Now, during my speech at the start of this ceremony, I referred several times to the importance of the relationship between the university, in fact, both universities in this city, and our city council and various other contributors to the growth and development of the great city of Dundee. And that relationship and partnership is very much symbolized by the presence of the Lord Provost at these ceremonies. And our current Lord Provost, Bob Duncan, works really hard against a very tight schedule to be here for these ceremonies. He's been here for all three ceremonies in these winter events. And so I'd like you all to thank Bob Duncan for his presence here today. And now we come to an informal part of the ceremony. Now, I mean no disrespect to graduates from other parts of the university, but somehow I always look forward to the ceremonies where our nurses are graduating. And the reason for that is pretty self-evident to all those people sitting up here on the stage, because for some reason you bring along families, friends and peers who really support you when you come across this stage and give great support and cheers for all of you. And it really sets the scene, and everybody has to step up to that mark. And that was very much true today. But there's one more thing I need to ask you to do to show that enthusiasm collectively for your great achievements and for all those who have graduated this morning. Now, to do that, I need you to throw decorum out of the window. Polite applause is not what is required. Cheering is good, stamping of feet is good. There are a couple of babies in the audience which now should be woken up and asked to join in. And if you throw your degree certificates in the air, be sure to catch the right one on the way down. So without further ado, congratulations, everybody.
Would you like to do it again? Mr. Wilson, I need your help. Don't look so fierce at me. Mr. Wilson has been a Bedellus now for nearly 18 years. During his time, He's been through over 92 graduation ceremonies. And as the Bedellas put the hood on, about 2,051 at my last count, excluding the honorary graduates. And apart from one nearly, he hasn't managed to strangle anybody. But we're going to miss him because this is his last graduation. Looks like he might need to come back. He says no. But I'd like to thank you very much on behalf of the university for the professional way you not only have carried the mace without dropping it, never leaving the chancellor behind, because you have to walk in front of me with the mace, and for the graduates and the thousands of graduates they've seen through. But most of all, thank you for your service to graduation ceremonies and to the university, Mr. Wilson. Thank you. Now I'll call for Thank you. Please be upstanding. I declare this graduation ceremony closed.